Good day, folks. Good day. Happy Saturday, one and all. Um, this is a special little stream that we're doing. It's not really to sell anything. It's not really. We don't have like a talking point. What we're here to do is look at some old toys that Will found, and he is preparing to do a toy show next week. So there's a link in the description for his YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed there, you should, because he's going to be going live at random points throughout the week as he continues to unleash some toys. So we thought we'd tantalize you with some toys today. How are you, sir?
Great. Thank you so much, Jim. I really appreciate it. Back during Joe Fest, I met with, I went to the Iconicon meetup and I met Matt Swafford.
Mm-hmm.
We found out that we live in the same city, which was pretty cool. Pretty cool coincidence. And then he mentioned that he was doing a toy show, a local toy show. And if you've ever talked to me, I'll always say like I got way too much stuff and I don't know what to do with it. So he said, "You wanna get a booth at this toy show and try it out?" So I said yes. This was scheduled months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So in anticipation of this toy show, I've been, kind of bringing some stuff from my storage unit here, looking through it, finding some surprises, finding a lot of things are just, plain or ordinary, not very rare in any sense. But as I was unpacking it, I just thought maybe someone would be interested in seeing this. I don't know. There's some cool stuff in here. There's some things that I don't even know why I bought them. There's other things I know exactly why I bought them. But most of it's got to go. And, I just want to kind of record it all or maybe record the process, just as something I could look back on maybe as I grow older and maybe miss some of these things, but I doubt it. I'm looking for the community's advice on, anyone who's done toy shows, like how do you sell this stuff? Do I price it? I don't want to price it too high. I don't want to price it too low. I don't want to pack the stuff up and bring it home, but I also don't want to give it away. Just looking for a fair price, looking for, maybe a collector that's looking for a piece for their collection, something that they could pop in there. And really just taking a trip down memory lane here. So after this, I took vacation all next week in anticipation of the show. And I'm just going to be popping onto that, YouTube channel. I wouldn't really call it that. I really, just messing around. It's for my own, personal thing. It's just stuff I like. I don't have an agenda or a brand or really anything serious going on there. But if you want to stop by and say hi, I'd appreciate it. I'd love to hear from you guys and, let you know. So I do have a box here. If you want to see some stuff, we could pop it out. Can you see this? I didn't really plan this too well, but.
That's great.
Can you see? I figured this little lazy Susan would help me. And you know what? I kind of rushed into this too because I was going to mark where I should put stuff so you could see it the best.
Mm-hmm.
But this is and once again, this is a lot of 90s stuff because that's when, as I probably told you the story, Jim, as an early adult in my 20s, I had a full-time job and a full-time, paycheck, and discovered that they were making all these awesome toys that I never had when, especially like the X-Men, like they just pumped out toys like constantly. I went to the toy aisle and I was like, I could afford all of this. This is nothing, like compared to, what is this thing? I bought this it was $4.99. It's X-Men Space Riders, Professor X with light up space sled. Professor X really powers the sled.
What was the original price on that?
$4.99. Well, the original price was $10.99, and then you got the KB. Let me see if I can get a little closer there. You got the KB markdown to $4.99, and that's probably when I bought it. But this is this is a toy I'm looking at. And I'm going, I probably just bought it because it was cheap. It doesn't really have a particular, meaning to me or anything. And that's Space Riders. I think they were stretching at that point. They were like, what else can we do? What else can we put out? These are really cool, though. These are other boxed X-Men sets from the 90s, these Savage Land sets. I think I've seen other YouTubers touch on them.
Oh, that's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, so this is a Savage Land Wolverine. And what is that? The Crawler Rex. That's, well, if you could see, he's got bone armor and bone claws. And then there's a mutant dino with jaw chomping action. Once again, $5. Originally $10. I mean, I'm probably never going to display these in my collection. I bought them because they were cheap.
And you had mentioned before, like the pricing for like a toy show.
Yeah,
It's kind of the same thing as when you any convention floor. What I tend to do, rule of thumb at least for me, is mark it up about 20 to 30% above what I want to get for it, and then leave room to haggle, so
sure.
that you
Okay.
usually end up with what you're looking for. And
Yeah.
granted, I don't know what these go for. Like you guys know that I had purchased a Toy Biz carded Doctor Doom for Aaron, which I still have to send him, but it was like $15 for that one figure. So I don't know in terms of like desirability if this is something where, because you've got this set of these Savage Land toys, if that's going to be something where
Absolutely.
you do a bundle,
And
or I have no idea.
yeah, and I don't think the Savage Land set was, based on a comic or a property. Once again, I think they were just stretching, and they were like, "What can we
Hmm.
do? Add dinosaurs, And this has head ramming action. This is Savage Storm with Colossus, and Savage Storm is looking pretty savage there. Check her out. I don't know if you could.
I mean, that savage is definitely one word for her. She is busting out of that, whatever that is.
Yeah, yeah, she's really, So once again, it's not going to be like, oh, that's from that famous movie or storyline or
Right.
But I didn't stop with just those two because they were so darn cheap. I think I bought them all. So we have Joseph, which is Magneto, right? Remember, what do you do? He got amnesia or something
Something like
in the
that, yeah.
'90s and became Joseph, and then Amphibious, which is just a giant mutant frog dude. Could be a comic character. I really don't know. And he comes with some crazy Toy Biz too with that thing right there. I think that attaches to his arm. Uh, the back does not show any of the. It just shows that the frog has water squirting action.
That's awesome. You gotta
Yeah.
love those action features, man.
Oh my god, they loved slamming them with those things.
Kieran
And
Ball, Kieran Ball is saying that these Savage Land sets are on eBay for 100 to 200 each.
you got to be kidding
Each.
me. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, oh, we got another Wolverine. Okay, so that's a
Nice.
double. I'm just going to skip that. But hi, Kieran. How are you? Kieran's one of the friendliest chatters in YouTube.
He
Love
really is.
him. Nice to actually be able to say hi to him. But yeah, I could always count on a nice hello from Kieran Ball. That's Joseph and the Frog again, so that's a double. And if
You're
there's
just sitting on
something,
these, and they're apparently like really sought after.
they might be. I don't know. I never got a chance to enjoy them, and it wasn't that. I mean, yeah, part of this is that I'm a hoarder. I mean, that's. I love this one though. I might have to keep some of these
Uh
because
oh.
this Savage Angel and
Yeah,
Sauron
that's a
are.
nice Sauron.
I Here's the thing. I know I have an open box of this because I saw those wings and I saw that little felt cloth goods vest, and
Right.
I'm sure I opened him up and messed around at some point.
Now, what I find interesting about these two is that not only are they boxed, but they're in pristine condition. You hear about someone storing
Yeah.
things for 20 years, and seldom do they come out looking this good. It's crazy.
This one's
That's
a little
cool.
dusty, but yeah, you got Kazar and Zabu, and that one is from the comics, and that's 100% a great little set there. So on the back, just so we could see, I guess I think I have the entire set. Can you see that
Hmm.
well?
Yeah, the cross
Uh,
sell.
yeah, you got the cross zone. I think I have them all. I mean, as I go through these boxes, there are some things that I'm gonna just see and say, "Oh, that's too damn cool to give away," or get away, throw out or
Kieran
sell.
says the Angel and Sauron set is the one selling for 200.
Is that the one? And that's my
So
favorite
he said
too.
that, and Boba Hicks saying it's the crown jewel.
Is it
So
really?
yeah,
Wow. Well, here's a. You know
So
what?
if
Because
you were to price these at 50 a pop, it would be a coup.
I don't know if I could do that though. Let me see. I just that's another Kazar, and this one doesn't have any dust or anything on it, so that one's really clean. But then check this one out because
You could put your
we're
kids through college with that box alone, man. It's crazy.
we're going real old school, and I'm just gonna say up front right now, this absurd Wolverine Jeep is not going anywhere because I think claws come out of the tires. Um, the ultimate X-Men battle machine. Flip open hood with rotating grinder. Claw
You know, I'm into
projectile.
that one.
Rear claw gripping action. Pull out claw wheel covers. And then he's given Sabretooth the business right there on the package. It's the ultimate X-Men battle machine. Oh my God, this thing. Oh, here it is. Here's a nice package of it. This
I
X-Men
didn't even
Wolverine
know this
Jeep.
shit existed. This is crazy.
Oh my God, it looks like a vamp, with a '90s X-Men twist. And that was $12.99 originally. I bought it in July of 2006. And let me show you that too. That's an interesting little thing. So on a KB price tag, if you ever look at it, that first number up top is the month and then the year, or this
All
way.
right.
And the original price on there, the $10.99 or $12.99, it said, and then the red slash. Those red slashes were printed on a computer too, by the way. Like they're not always
Oh,
done by
really?
hand.
See, because
Sometimes
I was
they
always
actually.
under the impression someone wrote them on there.
Well, we did when we had to do the markdowns in store, but a lot of times after a product, because they were into buying closeouts and stuff, so they would just buy these closeouts. They would get them, but the shipping carton would come with a sheet of those stickers. You'd have to peel them and stick them on,
Oh, gotcha.
and you know I was when I first started working there, I was like, oh man, what a ripoff. These things aren't all hand done. I think they even got in trouble with that later on. Some guy like sued them because he was saying like it never went for that top price. I think that was the case, that it never went for the top price and that they were just kind of putting a exaggerated top price and then throwing the red slash on there to create a sense of urgency and make someone buy something. So this one's probably
Kieran Ball says, put a $200 sticker on all of them, declare a half price sale.
hey, you know what? He's not wrong. People like gimmicks, they like those salesmen.
It's true.
So this, you know what? This, here's something. This is a later KB sticker, that orange sticker, but it's ripped. They actually had to start putting like the date that you can't really read it because it's ripped off. But they started having to put like the date that they originally put it out. So like something would have to be on the sales floor before it could get marked down. This was a G.I. Joe Ninja Battles set.
That's crazy.
DVD
Comes
and
with
comic
DVD
inside.
and a comic book.
Yeah, and these were later. So this box being in there with all those other ones, and I'll tell you a quick story, just because I have some storage issue, like horror stories and things like that. But this was one of the storage units I got when I first moved to Florida, and they had a rodent problem, so I like evacuated the place immediately. Nothing really got damaged too much. I noticed some chewed like boxes, like outer cartons,
Mm-hmm.
and I immediately lost my mind and just moved everything out of there. Then there were some boxes that just had like those like pellets of poop, like, so I got grossed out by them. And I went to the store and I bought boxes. And as I was taking them out, if I saw like any poops or anything on the box, I just kind of took all the contents and just shifted them into another box and sealed them up real quick. So this is probably where, this got lost in the shuffle. But these are all right. These figures aren't great. I don't think anyone really cares about them. G.I. Joe is my favorite toy line, but I'll probably be fine just letting them go,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can get rid of this Wolverine Jeep, though. I mean, I could be persuaded, but, I really don't want to.
I can understand it, man, because
It's
it's one
so
of those
cool.
weird
Yeah.
oddities, and it's cool. But again, the whole point of this is to
Yeah.
make space for the stuff that you're keeping.
Yeah, so
So
the main point is that, I have ambitions of 3D printing, I want to do cool dioramas. I want to do this stuff, and I've got no room for it at all. So then when I look at my collection, I say, what are the things that mean something to me versus what are the things that I just kind of bought back in the day with, 20-year-old dreams. My 20-year-old self dreams of, hey, someday I'm going to own a really awesome video game / toy / comic store. Why do you got to go to different stores? I'm going to put them all in one. I had these plans, and it was going to be great. Never did it, but I'm going to shift this. Oh, all right. So that's some fun X-Men. And if you don't like 90s Toy Biz stuff, you're probably not going to like. Well, I got some other stuff. Oh, you know what? This bin has some cool stuff, but I'm going to make you guys suffer through some 90s Toy Biz crap first before we see anything cool. Actually, what the hell? Let's do some Star Wars Power of the Force 2.
Nice.
There's a probe droid, which these are great for dioramas and stuff. And I got to tell you, I'm probably going to keep a lot of this like 118 stuff just for background characters and stuff. I know they're not worth anything.
Kieran Ball says $50 on each of the Joes. A UK seller's asking £120 for the Ninja Battles one. It's $140.
Damn it. Are you kidding? Because I really don't like those. So here's a little shipping box. It's got my brother's old address on it. Should I open it and find out what's inside?
Yeah, what is this? It's a mailer. This is great.
It's cool. Okay, I forgot I had these, but it is a clear Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Wow.
And
you got the baggie and you got the mailer box.
Yeah, I think that was a mail away when they when he did the re-release in the there's no date. So I think it was a re-release, and I probably had it mailed to my brother's house because he had a stable address at the time, and I was bouncing all over. So like anything good I'd send to his mailing address. Him and his dear wife would store this stuff for me. I think I left toys in their closet for like 17 years. Just great people. So, here's another mailer. What is this? Oh, it's Mace Windu.
That's crazy.
I guess this was one of the movies. Oh, it's a episode 1 sneak preview figure. I'll tell you, I mean, most of my ambitions with 3D printing and diorama and display do rest in the 1/18 scale. I'm not opposed to other scales, but I kind of feel like that's my thing. So a lot of the Star Wars stuff.
Is it another mailer?
Yeah. Oh, this is what is his name? It's the spider guy from Return of the Jedi. He answers the door for C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yeah.
You know what? Here is his name is Beaumont Monk. I don't know. I butchered that one, but that's cool.
That's nuts. Like these ancillary characters are just kind of sitting there on screen for like 8 seconds, and they got figures. So.
Here's another. Oh no, this is a different figure. It's a mail-away emperor.
Nice.
And a mailer with his little cane there. That's kind of cool. I don't know where I got him from.
When I was a wee lad that the Emperor was originally a mail-away. That's how I got him.
And here we go. Here's the peak. What do you call this? This is a Star Wars Episode 1 accessory pack. It's the underwater breathing accessory pack. That I don't think ever really appeared in the movie. It's Star Wars Episode 1 battle bags.
What the hell is a battle bag?
It's a bag that contains a bunch of fish. I don't know. It's just sea creatures. Look at it. Yeah, look, and this was 90 cents. I bought it for 90 cents. You've got. Okay, wait. Before beginning, cover the play area with an old newspaper or paper towel. Also keep some paper. This seems messy. What the hell is this? Battle bags ooze with excitement. Look at that. Can you read that?
Yeah.
Battle bags ooze with excitement. Was that a comment? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kieran was saying that Power of the Force is pretty big because folks who are priced out of the original figures are going all out for Power of the Force, especially vehicles and alien creatures, and that's true. That's something that I'm kind of after as well, and it's something where they're attainable, they're typically in good shape, and they're getting more and more desirable. But this is a weird
Oh, this is
thing.
weird. Look, you put it in a bowl, you soak it in some water, and then these creatures come out. This was not in the movie. I don't know what the hell kind
No,
of time this was. I think Lucasfilm or what was this, Hasbro? They just locked people in rooms and they're like, you can't get out until you come up with another toy to produce. Yeah.
what about a bag that like shits out goo and you get to
Yeah.
with it?
Here's some nice Power of the Force too. Just a deluxe stormtrooper, and he comes with a crowd control. Oh, this is a crowd control stormtrooper with some kind of like clip-on armor. It wasn't in the game.
Back behind the line, I will shoot
Yeah,
you through the claws.
but I'll tell you, these things look cool. I think in a background display or something. So if I find that they're not worth anything, I'll open them. If they're, if some of these things too, like if I just want to display them, I might just look for a loose version and then get rid of the card. Just
Sure.
someone might like that. Okay, so I've got just a shit ton of episode 1 figures now. So unless it's something weird like if I have a Jedi braid, Jim, they made that. It was carded. It was carded on a thing, and they had a clip-on Jedi braid. So if you wanted to be like, you could be a Padawan too. It was really corny, and I think I picked some up for pennies because they all went clearance at some point. Yeah, I mean, I could talk for hours about KB and what happened during episode 1. The merchandising on that was so extreme.
Insane. Like
we opened a kiosk in the mall. There was just a KB Toys episode 1 kiosk. And hey, Radical Toys, how are you? And they actually, I hired one of my friends from high school as the manager of the kiosk, but we had to go out there and give him bathroom breaks, and then also it was just like having a satellite store, just packed with the Star Wars Episode 1 merch that no one was buying. I mean, I'll tell you, we did have some good times because he was my buddy. I would grab one of those like Sith lightsabers, the Darth Maul 2-bladed, and I'd sneak up on him and just start assaulting him at his kiosk, and then he'd pull out his, and we'd have battles. And then I think we were told by mall security, no more lightsaber battles in the concourse. So it was pretty fun. That is, let's just see. That is, I'm gonna just skip that one for now. Let's go to something cool because I know, Jim, I think you're gonna like this bin, just based on what I see on the top there, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Wow.
Years and a half show.
This is the first reissue.
That is correct, sir. This is so I had the like 88 or 89 ones, and then I think they came back out. We have a KB Toys price sticker from 1998. So 3 for 10. Good old KB. Damn. 3 for 10. So we have, who is this? Donatello. Okay. Who else do we got? Leonardo leads. Okay. There we go.
Does machine.
Yes. That's a fact, Jack.
Raphael is cool, but crude. Give me a break.
Double Leonardo.
Damn, those are, dude. Those are sought after, man.
Are they?
Those were kind of like
those were the first re-release, and there's some crap going on the card here. You know what I noticed though? I think in recent years, like having a price sticker on the package hasn't become like. I remember maybe like in the early 2000s, that was like a big deal. Like people were like heating them up with stuff and like peeling them off or using solvents or.
But now if they have the sticker, it's more desirable.
Yeah, people like those. This is just.
I love price tags, man.
There's a nice Deadpool, just a re-release. They recarded these. 99, 98, 99. They recarded all these and just, Marvel.
Radical says could never figure out what the triangle weapons were in the package.
The triangle weapons.
Well,
Yeah,
those are
I
like
never knew what those were either. They're just like
those were a specific kind of knife that was used in Japan.
little
Because a lot of the
jabber,
weapons that
a
you'll
pizza
see
slicer.
in
I like that
Japanese,
idea.
yeah, those are like a stabbing
me?
weapon. But a lot of
Did I
the
lose
weapons
you?
that you see in like Japanese culture and feudal Japan were originally
Oh, I'm sorry.
farming
My
implements.
say that again. I'm sorry. My headset just went
Cut
out.
out. Okay, so these are a lot of traditional Japanese weapons were actually farming implements before they were weapons. So these
Oh,
were
so
like cut wheat and stuff like that.
yeah. So this is the New Mutants, which I enjoyed when that comic run first came out. That's Wolfsbane. So they were kind of going a little deeper. This is from 98, 99. Now, a lot of this predates my working for KB because I shopped there and spent bunch of paychecks there. And it never occurred to me to apply for a job there. One, I just, I had horrible self-esteem and I just thought they'd look at me and say like, you piece of crap, we'd never hire you. I don't know why. I didn't think I was good enough for retail, but I was working on a construction site at the time, and look, it's a rat package repack. So you could see this is one of the ones where this one got chewed on. This is a Lost in Space.
Man, for people that are into this stuff, like that's
yeah, but see, that was like when I freaked out. That was in like 2007 or 2008 when that issue happened. Here's one that's kind of fun. The worst movie ever made.
It really is.
It's so terrible. And I'm going to say I bought this as custom fodder. I don't know. I'm just going to. Oh my God. They made so many of them. Jeez.
That's a lot of egg warming right there. That's what that is.
Yeah. So just we were construction. We got laid off during the winter because that happens up north. And I was in the mall with my girlfriend at the time, and KB Toys had join the crew. And I was like, well, I'm not working, so let's try this.
That's a great Sabretooth.
Yeah, that's a nice Sabretooth. I got hired, and 2 weeks later they promoted me to manager. Well, it wasn't like manager, but Mummies Alive. This was it was a cartoon. They came in and then kind of immediately went to clearance. I don't think this line lasted long. And I was thinking, this guy's the evil sorcerer Scarab, and he's got like a Scarab exo skeleton, and that cool cobra looking staff right there. Once again, probably farming for like custom fodder and looking for stuff like that. But some of them, these sculpts aren't terrible. I just don't have
cool looking characters.
Yeah, they are. They are pretty cool. So not terrible. Here's my, you know what? There's Iceman. And I don't think they did a terrible job on him. I mean, the sled is goofy because it just looks like.
Yeah, but he's translucent. He looks the part, man.
They did a pretty good job on that, That looks pretty good. And if anyone wants to see something closer, or you want me to slow down, I could do that.
The scroll.
Yeah. So this is the Silver Surfer line. I really liked these when they came out, and I got to tell you, this is one of the lines that I actually bought retail. Like I didn't wait until they got marked down, and I think retail at the time was like $8.99, which to me was like, oh my God, these are premium, prices. $8.99 for one figure. You got to be kidding me.
Kieran Ball says the Mummies Alive are hot. Don't let them go cheap. And you're bringing back people's memories of that Mummies Alive show. So,
very cool. Well, here's a cool guy right here. Here's
Thanos.
From the animated. And I'll tell you that Silver Surfer animated series is underrated.
It
is. In my area, Do you know it used to air at like 7 a.m.? It was really strange. And I had a
Yeah,
hard time getting
by
up
the
that
late
early to
'90s,
watch it. Yeah.
but cartoons were just in a weird space, you know.
Oh, okay. Then down at the bottom of the box, I've got so many of these. This is the Marvel 10-inch. This was like a value line that they sold at KB Toys. I don't know if other retailers sold them, but I remember bulk stacking these. And that's like taking them out of the cart and just stacking them like up against the window all the way up. I
Yeah,
remember bulk stacking these. And then we would do like, what's the sale price on this one? This one's $5.99. They'd go like half of that sometimes, and like it was like 4 for 10 or something, like a holiday special. And I would just buy the shit out of them. This one is Metal Warriors Steel Tech. And now I in the past looked up some of the pricing on this,
hmm
and they're hit or miss. They're either like $5 or like 50 for some reason, like because
right.
it's just a rare character. So I'll have to go through and look those up and see where. Like this one is goofy. Look at this one. This is when do you remember when Punisher like became like a spirit of vengeance and he had like a supernatural gun? It was Marvel
Yeah,
Knights Punisher. You see
right on.
he has those red eyes and
hmm
no, that's like
We,
a pleather trench coat.
yeah, can we get a look at the cross cell?
There is no cross sell, so you have the
Oh,
same kind of bursting out of the Marvel universe. It's the greatest heroes and most terrible villains. I'm trying to read it, but I can't.
no,
Choosing, yeah. And you know what? I love these. I think they, I think they display in their box really well. Like, I've heard that argument for like Funko Pops that like when someone does like a whole wall of them, they look really good or something. Um, if these are like $5 each, I might just do like a 4 foot by like 6 foot tall just wall of characters or something instead of selling them, because I got them anyway. And then finally we've got, this is kind of a disappointment. I was just looking at this armor and I saw the colors at first and I was like, ooh, that's the one of my
Silver
favorite Iron Man.
Centurion, it looked like. Yeah,
But
it's
it's
not quite.
not. It's just like
No.
weird. And then instead of what the triangle, he's got, I don't know what shape that is. What I
That's
don't
a
know.
polygon of some sort.
Yeah, but it just seems like it's just a slap together. And he looks so
Yeah, Iron
sad.
Man sponsored by Dodge, apparently.
He looks really sad too. Like,
Yeah, he just like he literally has a long
yeah,
face too. It's like,
Jarvis, tell me a funny story.
yeah.
Make me feel good. I don't know.
Oh, sir.
So let me get the turtles, which get them out of the way. I'm gonna have to get up and grab another box. Unless, I mean, is everyone having fun, or is this something that I
Their
should just do in my
chat's
own?
lively, man. We're
Oh, okay.
loving this. Like, how often do you get to see stuff like this in quote person? You know,
Yeah, like I said, people like unboxings, so I figured maybe like they would like reverse unboxing. Let me put this one.
yeah, a reboxing, if you will, an organizational
Yeah,
stream.
sure. Now that's what I call pod racing. There's an Anakin. There.
I'm a person, and my name is Anakin.
Yeah, I'm a person. This is X-Men 2099. I
I didn't
am
even
a
know there'd be
huge
toys of
fan.
this. This is
I
great.
love everything Marvel 2099. I was so into them when hey Jim Largo. Um I was so into these when these comics launched. And I don't know. I had friends that were just like, that's stupid.
Yeah, I definitely understand the whole UK thing because it's like it's harder to get over there, and shipping is a pain.
I think that's the biggest issue is shipping because, like, I told you, like, when I saw Tony Roberts did like all that, when I found out about, I'm a person. What did he say? Glub shitto? What did he say?
Fire
His
spray
name?
gunship.
Fire spray gunship. So when like he did the Action Force, the UK Action Force stuff. I was like,
Mhm.
want, I want, and then I started looking it up, and it's like, some of the prices aren't even that bad, or out of my wheelhouse, but the shipping is like, yeah. So we've got Robot Wolverine. I always liked. Wasn't he also called Albert? Yeah, yeah. It says it on the package. Robot Wolverine Albert. I like
Toy
him.
Biz gets a lot of flack for some of the early sculpts and stuff, but by this
Yeah.
point, they were like firing on all cylinders. This is great looking stuff.
Well, this is 96, so this predates my working there. Oh,
Hmm.
this one's saying manufactured by Toyota is 94. And you know what
Oh,
existed in the past that doesn't exist nowadays?
what's that?
New old stock, where you'd
Yeah,
go into a toy store or you'd go to a city that wasn't so populous, and you'd find a 4, a 5 year, even I have a story, and I hope I find him in here somewhere, of finding a carded Mego Hulk that was from 1974 or something, like in
hmm,
the late 80s, at a called County Discount, and it was just like a mom and pop discount store. And I went in
yep.
there, and it was on the peg, and I bought it for sticker price, and I loved it. But that
That
doesn't
kind of
happen.
reminds me of like the I had that Wolverine. He was so
Yeah,
cool.
that's the costume, I think. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got spring out slashing claws.
Yep.
All right.
And like you tell that new old stock reminds me of that story I tell about the Raiders of the Lost Ark toys. I found it at Toys R Us in '85. That kind of thing. Ah, motherfucker!
Yeah, I was gonna say just the face on that one. Just
Kieran Ball
per
says, "Will, have you got the Metalhead X-Men 2099? That's $130."
what? There's no other X-Men 2099 in here, but I still got plenty of boxes. And you know what? I'll give you. Let me just do one of these just so you can see the Tower of Trouble there. Do you
Yeah,
see it?
let me make that bigger real quick. Yeah, wow,
Oh God, look at
just a
all
few
that.
toys.
And that's nothing. That's one car trip to the storage unit.
No wonder you took a whole week off.
Yeah, because I'm a psycho hoarder that doesn't deserve love or respect. No.
No,
I'm a bad I'm a bad person. Now there are
no,
some
man,
people
this
that
is
make
great.
me feel bad about it, but I don't care. So I had a lot of fun collecting them. I'm gonna have, and I'll tell you, I really don't like eBay so much. I really like an in-person thing. Like I'd like to just, someone shows up, they hand me money, I hand them the thing, we're both in agreement, it's over.
That's a build a figure for Galactus in there. That
Yes,
Toy Biz Galactus is like the shit. I want that Galactus.
I have him because I bought an entire set and opened them and made Galactus. I know I did. I have him loose. My kids played with him. He's probably missing a limb or something's broken on him, but my
Right.
kids played with him back then. But yeah, these were great. It came with a 30, yeah, a 32-page comic. You've got a big plastic cape, which probably isn't the best.
Right.
Um, I don't remember the figures so much, but let's look at the cross sell because there's some cool figures in this set or the series. You've got that Hulk there.
You
Probably a
got a Grey
great,
Hulk.
yeah,
I see.
Nightcrawler, who I
That
love
Nightcrawler's good.
Nightcrawler. Yeah. Bullseye, War Machine looks pretty cool. That's a Deathlock, I think. And
Hmm.
I think in a previous box I opened up and I put up on Instagram, I have the Professor X. So I don't know which piece he comes with, but I'm pretty sure I have him. So I know for
Like
sure I
you
got
could
that.
do a Scrooge McDuck style vault and just swim through some of these toys, man. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Jim, I was thinking of asking my wife to bury me in all the boxes, and then like the camera comes on, and then I was gonna go like, "Hey, can you hear me? Hey, there's an avalanche," and like burst out of them or something. But I just didn't have time. You start thinking crazy things. But I thought it'd be fun. I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna reach over and grab a bin. Oy. Yeah, I mean, and just tell me when, guys. Like, I don't want to bore anyone.
No, this is anything but boring, Will. This is just a great trip, man. Like
Uh,
these. 20, 30-year-old toys.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
So I'm going to show you something right now. This is the one that started it all. This is the Silver Surfer.
Wow.
And this was in 96. And it wasn't this Silver Surfer. It was the small one. But my brother
Right.
bought it for me for my birthday because he knew I was a big fan of Silver Surfer. And I said, they make Silver Surfer toys? And he was like, they make all of this stuff. And I was like, where did you buy this? Tell me more. Like I grabbed him by a shirt. And
you
he was
have
like,
to show me where you found this.
Like, where did you find this? Because this was like 94. And, in the 80s, there weren't a lot of Marvel superhero toys.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, he's like, I just went to the mall. They were at the toy store, dude. I know you like some. So I went there once again with adult money. I looked at the price tags. And I was like, $3. I could buy all of them. But the Silver Surfer is the character that started it all for me. So I always
good old Warren, man.
Yeah, I like this Doc Ock too. I like him. He's cool. He's heavy.
These are like 8 to 10 inch figures.
These are
and they're going for like $3. And it's interesting.
Inch.
Like even now, like you see like the Titan line with all the 10-inch figures, but they're not nearly as cool as these ones.
I'll tell you though, this lizard on the cross cell kind of looks goofy, but
I mean,
Doc Ock's looking pretty sharp though. I like him.
And then that's the version from the animated series where he has a German accent.
Yeah, I love the song from the animated series. And I could be wrong, but I've always heard it because it's like, and they're doing like but it sounds like someone's like chanting spider blood.
Yeah,
radioactive
like
spider blood. Yeah.
Like, Spider-Man, and then it's spider blood, radioactive spider blood. Like it's all in there. Like, totally.
It's just such a like a cool thing. I don't know, just chanting in a song for kids. Spider blood. It's all about the blood.
Look at the articulation on that. He's got all kinds of crazy articulation.
No, I don't. Oh yeah. Yep. You know what? Arms bend at the elbow.
And the knees bend too.
And the knees. So what is that? Help me out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh yeah, and then these move 7 or 8 POA. I always get them confused. So kind of cool.
Spider Blood does sound like a metal band, Bjorn.
Yeah, Spider Blood. Radioactive
Spider Blood.
Okay, so here's one where I'm like, you know what? There might be a fan of these somewhere. These have to be. I was not. Okay, I didn't.
Every time I see Kevin Sorbo as Hercules, all I can think of is when he in that one episode he goes, "Disappointed."
This has a Toys R Us, so you can see too. I did shop other places. That's a Toys R Us $5.97 price sticker. Or like my old neighbor used to think, because I worked at the toy store, I just stole everything and got it for free. Which was I told Jim a story last night that I had a neighbor and I had some stuff like in my apartment building storage unit. And anyway, I saw his kid playing with it. And then I realized mine was missing. So when I asked him about it, he was like, "Oh yeah, I just figured you get all that stuff for free because you work for the company. So I just took one." And I was like, "No, that's not
like
how
even
it works.
If you did, that's not cool, man."
I gotta tell you, these monsters on the back on the cross cell, they look
awesome.
Those look pretty freaking cool. Yeah, but I wasn't a huge Kevin Sorbo fan, so that one's definitely getting sold. I don't know why I bought them. Probably just because they were cheap. Oh, guess what? They were so cool. I bought 2. I don't know why. But here's a cool thing in the bin. So all these toys were in the bin, in a box, in a KB Toy Stores bag. It's kind of cool.
You could sell that for $10 and it would sell. Like seriously, if I went to Retropalooza and someone had a pristine KB toy bag like that, I would pay for that.
This one's it's not very pristine, but it's pretty cool. All right. So you want to see some more Toy Biz Marvel, or let me see if I can find something else.
Yeah,
let me see if I can find something. Let me see if I can find something cool.
It's just fun
Yeah.
to see.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second here. Let me make some room. Oh, yeah.
Cardboard box, radioactive cardboard box. It's like I can't
Uh,
stop, man.
okay, so here's another one I really liked, and I don't know if you're a fan of. Did you like Age of Apocalypse when that came out?
I wasn't a huge fan of it, but like some of the character designs that came out
Yeah,
of it were really cool.
yeah. There's Weapon X from Age of Apocalypse. There's okay. This I think this one gets made fun of a lot because it's kind of a weird looking apocalypse.
Yeah, he looks
It's,
short.
he looks short. He looks stubby, and then I think he comes with who is that in the tube there?
I don't know.
I don't remember. It's Shadow King. I don't know who that is.
Gotcha. I can imagine like when he's talking about eating dessert, he's like, a moment on the lips, a lifetime in the lower extremities.
And then we got Generation X. They really went all out too with the die cut packaging.
Yeah.
Like like the Silver Surfer card backs were different than the X-Men. They were different than the Generation X
figures, but the packaging was always on point, dude. Always a pretty looking box, man.
So here we go. Okay, this box is this is now these card backs. Did I lose you? Oh, okay.
No, you're good.
These X-Men or like the Square when they went like generic, these were all reissues at some point of the 95 line. But they came out at they never were full price. They were always like a bargain. So that's Warstar. And these are what are these? The Starjammers? Is that what they were?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. My memory is
I remember those guys.
Completely shot. Yes. So that was from that series. I'll tell you, no rhyme or reason, but I pulled some stuff out and like the plastic yellowed, and I don't know why. Because it was stored in the same box next to everything else, or the same tub.
Could be just a bad seal on the glue that let enough air in over time. It just oxidized. And
then we got Gladiator here, but he's yellowed as well.
Yep. But the rest of the card back is pristine.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Battle Ravaged Wolverine. I think one of the funny things about this Battle Ravaged Wolverine is same series, but I think he's a lot bigger, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got adrenaline coursing through his veins because someone's ripping up his costume and he's mad.
Yeah. So I think the scale might have been, or even if you even hold Cyborg Wolverine up, and then you've got just Wolverine. It's huge,
But that's a nice looking figure, though. It's like
running out of room here. Oh, okay, go back there.
Like, how crazy is this, chat? Like, you just never see this kind of stuff.
This is from the animated series, Super Web Shield. What is this one?
Yeah, but I remember when that costume first came out in the comics. I loved that costume.
Okay, I'm not familiar with it. It's not coming back to me. I've got no memory of this.
Some big bad, and I think Stark and Richards collaborated on this armor set for him.
Okay. I like the card backs on these. This Scorpion looks really cool.
Oh man, these are just...
And once again, I had this dream, or I even told you about my one apartment where I went and bought some pegboard, some pegs, some fairing strips, and I set the whole wall looking like a toy store aisle, and I was happy.
Look, the lines are filled in on the shocker. What a shocker!
Well, is that something that the new Marvel Legends doesn't?
Yeah, the new Marvel shockers, you'd have to get this really tiny little marker to fill them in. I know Largo's working on one of those right now.
I'll tell you, on the prototype or the card art, they're not filled in. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on the package, they are. Cool looking. I always liked Shocker, even though it's I don't know, fishnet kind of pattern.
A C-level villain, but he's always fun. He appeared in the cartoons a lot, and I loved that.
Oh, this is superposable action Spider-Man.
Ooh, look
Uh,
at them pins, y'all! Look at that.
they gave him elbow joints, but and hip. Did they give him hip joints? Oh yeah, bend him, twist him.
I mean, if he's superposable, and I love how he's
Yeah,
just kind of like doing like a can dance. They're not doing
yeah.
the weird like spider pose. He's like, "Look at me,
Yeah.
I'm a rocket."
Jim, you'll like this one. Here's Craven the Hunter from the animated series.
Yes.
I know
Yes.
you're telling me you really like the comic.
Mm-hmm.
What was it called? The Final Hunt or something, or the
Craven's Last Hunt. Yeah.
Craven's Last Hunt? Yeah. And here we go. We're going back to the Age of Apocalypse. I impulse buy probably was on discount, so I was like, if I don't buy it, someone else will, and then I can't hoard everything. I like this Cable figure.
Yeah.
He came with like a flesh. You see that? Like a flesh half a face right there,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and you can stick it on. It's kind of cool of them to do back then.
I really like. I like this version of the X-Men costumes where they had like a uniform to it. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and I have a lot of these opened. I'm sure. I haven't even gotten to like the loose figure bins. But when I saw one of these that I really liked, I opened it. I always had like a little stash of ones where I was like, this is too cool. I can't leave it sealed. This is a Sabretooth with some kind of wacky action. Looks like he does breakaway action. You put those chains on him and then pull his feet together. Hey, Motu Joneser, how are you? Pretty cool.
It is very cool, man. This is
All right.
awesome. I love this stuff. This is like getting a piece by piece walkthrough of a collection. I love this.
We've got Doctor Strange. This is from the Spider Wars that happened on the animated series. And he has a mystical morphing cape and a bonus collector's pin. Check that out.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right.
I bet the pen probably goes for crazy amounts of money because people lose that shit.
I mean, I'll have to look it up. If any of these, this sculpt too. Look at his face sculpt. Can you see it? It's kind of hidden behind the mask there. But it's very like, what's that actor? Vincent Price looking.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Definitely.
So it says that his cape is like a superposable, bendable cape. You see that illustration?
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a rubber cape. So is it rubber with wires inside it? I'd have to take a look and see. That one might be. I'm just curious because, we've got what's her name, Lady Deathstrike.
That's a great sculpt on that. She looks just like she's supposed to.
I bought this one. Check this out. This is cool because this is where I bought it. Can you read that?
Is it FAO Schwartz?
That is FAO Schwartz, my friend.
Wow.
And it was $9, which is paying a premium at that time. But I think I went there specifically. They had such a cool. If you ever went there, remember it was in Manhattan, and they had such a beautiful Marvel display. They had a.
So I looked up the Doctor Strange.
Yes.
And package he goes for around $25-$30, so not a bad investment. And the pin, you can get the pin for about $10 by itself.
Yeah, I'm probably going to sell them then. And the cape's flexibility will remain a mystery.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to start putting some stuff over there. This
got some trivia from Kieran Ball.
Yes,
it says that artist Steve Ditko actually based his Doctor Strange on either actor Ronald Colman or David Niven.
Interesting. Now, both those names don't ring a bell immediately. Could you tell me a role they did? And I probably know.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Is it
Motu Jones saying he had the Hydro Man off from the Cross Cell?
Okay.
And Kieran, like myself, is buying the retro Spider-Man figures, but these vintages are great. I agree.
Yeah. This is Bishop number 2. I don't know why they put the 2 on there.
It looks like a repaint.
Yeah. weapon release, I guess he was called. This is an FAO
No,
Schwartz
no,
sticker too.
you're not late, Goji. I screwed up and pushed it up an hour. I thought I would. I was stupid. It was my fault. You're not late,
Yeah,
really.
you should
I
have
was
seen me
early.
panicking to get this going. So there is a Maverick, and these are all just kind of. I don't think. I mean, there might be one or two in these series that kind of is the only rare one, but it was one per case or
Well, in the
something.
'90s, it was common practice to like short pack a lot of these.
Yeah. So this has a it's Venom 2 with removable mask, and like there's a chest piece. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is for.
That's a sculpt that came out with the original Venom in the original Toy Biz line, which is the comic line. So
Yeah.
they just remade that, and so it's not designed for that figure. That's what's weird about it.
Yeah, it's kind of got some like it looks like the
the idea was that
like
you'd put it on other figures to make it look like
Oh,
the symbiote was going on them and stuff.
he's like taking over. Yeah. Do you remember the
Right.
original? The original Toy Biz Venom came with like a bulb of goo that you like squirted out of his chest.
Yep.
And it just got all over the place. Oh, poor Spidey, man. He got his butt kicked. Look at this. Battle Ravage Spider-Man with a secret.
The most exciting thing about that
backpack.
figure for me is the web backpack.
Yes, I think a lot of people would like that. That's pretty cool. I hope I have this one. Look at this 6-armed Spider-Man.
Oh, that's great.
I hope I got one.
So Ronald Coleman was in Lost Horizon, and David Niven was in A Matter of Life or Death, if that helps, apparently. Rollman of Cardboard says you have to start over and show everything.
Oh, yes, sir. Of course. For you, Mr. Cardboard, I would do that. I would do that. And just so everyone knows, Jim is just holding my hand because he's a wonderful human being. And, I can't thank him enough for doing this for me. I'll be doing this kind of impromptu, just here and there, all next week until next Sunday or Sunday the 11th, when I have the big toy show there with Matt Swafford from Reclaimers Vintage Toys is doing, and I bought a booth at. And maybe we'll also, Jim, I don't know if you'd want to pop on or have me. I could let you know how it goes, because
Sure.
I'll tell you. Yeah, I mean, sharing with you guys and your excitement and the community is really going to help me kind of say goodbye to these things and not feel bad about it. So I think I already showed him. He's a double.
Do that, click on the link in the description to get that subscription and get that notification bell so you know when he goes live, because he's not scheduling these. He's just going to go when he goes.
Yeah, I'm just going to be popping on as I go. And you're all more than welcome. Welcome your feedback and also, I mean, just watch the video like me and enjoy it as I say goodbye to them. But I'm not, I don't really want to ship stuff. But, if they don't sell at the show and there is something you really like, or, you just ask me nice, I'd probably be willing to just ship it to you. So, and fair pricing on everything. Not really looking to make $1 million. But, just $1
million would be nice, though. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Because I'll be the first one to admit that if someone walked in here right now and showed me $1 million cash and said, "Let's go to storage, we're getting all your toys," I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, of course. Are you kidding me? So here's Black Tom. And I don't know. I know that, what is interesting is I noticed that Marvel Legends is going back and recently been redoing the card backs for like kind of throwbacks with 6-inch Marvel Legends scale figures now. And those are kind of cool. And if I didn't have all these, I might be tempted to buy those. And, after I sell these, those might be a good replacement for my Marvelage, is getting some of those Legends or.
There's some good Legend stuff. And with you being a big fan of the smaller scale, the 3 3/4-inch figures, they're really good pricing on those. Like you can get the whole first wave for like $100. Like they're not hard to come by. And if you're a fan of that scale, like that would be, I think, the smarter bet.
This box was just
Damn!
full of Toy Biz goodness, man.
Wow.
Jeez. That's cool. I like him.
Kieran Ball says to think positive, you're going to make a crap load of money in selling these beautiful toys, and he's not wrong.
I
Because even
hope
if you
so.
just go, 10, $20 a pop, you're making a profit off of what you
Yeah,
originally
yeah.
bought them
Just
for in most
on
cases.
volume. Yeah, I could volume alone, right? I just hope
Yeah,
there's, like I said, I just hope there's enough people. I got to tell you too. Here's an observation, and Gojitron, he goes to a lot of toy shows, or more than I do, or I think so in the last year. But like when I was at Toy Fest or Joe Fest, Toy Fest, when I was at Joe Fest, you know, I feel like the market at the shows like was very like, what do you call it? Like homogenous, I guess. I don't know. Like just everyone had the same crap, and I didn't see a lot of
right.
stuff that was, I just see like a lot of the same things at each table. Like I felt like it was hard for me to even distinguish between from one booth to another because I was like, was I here
Well,
before?
because they're coming there like with all Joe stuff. It's very similar to look at that Punisher.
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff. It wasn't even just all Joe stuff, but it was just seemed like the stuff that they had. And guess what? I didn't see a lot of this, and that's not like you look something up on eBay and you don't see any listings for it. And that could either mean it's super rare, so rare, in fact, that there's just not that many available, or it's just so it's Warriors of Virtue level. People don't want it.
Right.
Uh,
What's that
Warriors of
character's name?
This is Exodus with Plasma Burst from X Force. And you had, I think I have the whole series on him, on them. Here's a really, do you remember when Wolverine was Fang and he looked like Sabretooth?
Yeah,
You do? I don't remember that. When was that?
that was like one or two issues of a comic like way back in the day, apparently.
Oh, okay. But it looks like he's like
And
Sabretooth
as I've
Jr.
been
Sorry.
randomly looking up listings on these,
Mm-hmm.
and the average price for these seems to be around $20, even for like the easy to get stuff.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so they're going for
There's
some
some
monies.
good ones, like I said, and one thing is you got to consider like, do you consider shipping when considering the price? Like if
Always,
this figure was
always.
$5, but with $7 shipping at my table, am I putting $10 on it? And you know what I mean? Or
What
am
I tend
I?
what I tend to do, so it's like for example, a lot of these are going for like $20 with free shipping or $10 with $10 shipping.
Yeah,
Uh, so I would always err on the side of caution. Like I would do like certainly consider shipping in the sense that like you're giving them a deal, they're able to walk away with it. So you want to like if it's a $20 shipped figure, I would go like $18. You know what I mean?
okay.
That kind of a
Yeah,
thing.
just like a little under, just so they're getting a good deal, and
Mhm.
it's a
Yeah,
cash deal. There's no fees. I mean, because there are things. Have you ever like you're looking for something, you find it, it's a great price, but you don't want to pay $24 shipping for it. So you're
right.
like kind of like, eh. Okay, so
And one thing you probably should do also is get a card reader for your phone because people will run out of cash. And if they know you take cards,
yeah, are those
super easy.
cheap? Or I could do
Yeah, they're like
PayPal,
five.
right?
You
Good.
can get those at a Target for like $5-10.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you could also do PayPal, right? You could just
Yeah, yeah, you could
like
do
have
that.
someone just send you. So there's the Rhino from the Spider-Man, and do you think people would be interested in sets or just price them all individually?
I think it depends upon what it is. So like
Yeah.
the kind of offshoot X-Men stuff like that.
Uh huh.
I think those like if you have the whole run of Generation X, that would be a cool set. But like the
Yeah.
Spider-Man, anything Spider-Man, individually price that shit.
I think Jesse. I posted a picture of one of these on Instagram last week from a different box,
Mhm.
so this means it's a double. But he said, I think he commented that she's, um, in a Western shootout. I don't know why
Yeah,
the
like
arms are that position.
so
Yeah.
Motu Joneser says, when pricing comics, I always think about what you want to achieve. A fast dime, move a lot of them, or a slow quarter and load them back home with you. All depends upon what you're going for. So if you're really trying to get rid of them, he's saying price them low, price to sell. Hope for the volume. Banshee, nice.
Sure. Yeah, I just, like I was, you're going to be at a show with 50 other tables of vendors,
Hmm.
and I didn't want my stuff to be so cheap that like the vendor next to me is going to go like, "Hey, here you go. Here's, uh,
Right.
I'm just going to buy them and then mark them up and sell them at my table."
Right.
So, here is something I held off on because I think you guys are going to like this one, and I'm looking at them and I'm saying, I don't know if there's a figure of this line that's popular. Come on, it has to be this one, right? It's the
That's
Alien
cool.
Spider
Spider
Slayer.
Slayer.
Yeah,
That's just cool, dude.
that is really cool. And since he's a creature, he could scale. You could scale him with any size figures because he's an
Hmm.
alien. He doesn't have to be human sized. So that's really cool.
Goji going over something we talked about before, where most show dealers are a bit high and willing to haggle. So it's like you start a bit high and then
Okay.
haggle down.
Okay.
Like one thing I was thinking, like, because a lot of these are in cardboard boxes, you could have certain lines that say, okay, fill up an empty box and it's $60 or something. You know, um, so if you get them with like a bunch of small box, plus, so you're also getting rid of your damn boxes. So
Yeah. Right.
like, that's the kind of thing that I would do. Like with stuff like this, where most of it's not super rare, but in the
Hmm.
condition it's in, it's desirable. It's something you'll want to walk away with. Like if I walk up to a booth with all this stuff in it, I would be like, just for the
Well,
fact that it's like
that's
that time capsule.
yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, hey Jim, do you want to do another box? I can keep going,
Yeah,
but
let's keep going, dude.
okay.
Let's go. Yeah.
Because you know me, I'll keep rambling and going and
Well,
going.
that's what we love about you, brother. Like you got good stories to tell, and you got all these these cool toys.
Holy
Like
jeez! Until someone tells me to shut up.
I don't think anyone here is gonna say that.
Let's see what's in here. All right, so we're gonna take a
It's a
break
good
from.
sign, chat. When it's a heavy box, it's a good sign. And Johnny Sorensen says to let the good times roll. Like they're all having a good time. So
I don't think I'm selling this, but it's a Power of the Force.
those are getting pricey, dude. Those are getting
All right.
pricey.
I know, but you. I was telling Jordan about this. There's that guy, Jordan. Who is he? I forget because I'm on camera, so I can't think. Um, anyway, there's a guy. He has like a whole diorama spaceport, and it's really awesome. And like, I want to like open all these ships and like
Dude,
put them.
these are the kind of vehicles that I've been looking at on eBay, and the electronic ones especially are like
Yeah,
they're desirable, and these boxes are awesome. Kieran Ball with a good idea says maybe have bargain tubs with the damaged card backs and yellow bubbles.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, cool! So happy I have this.
Get the fuck out!
Yeah.
Wow.
I think. Can you see it? I don't know. I gotta get closer.
Yeah, that's a Slave One, dude. That's great.
Yeah. Look at that. Put them in the cargo hold. There you go. All right.
Captain on the cargo hold.
Yeah. That is great. All right. So that was a good
What if he
box.
survives? He's worth. If he doesn't survive, he's worth a lot to me. Boba Hicks, his jaws on the floor over there.
Oh, great. I love
Pond.
these. I like these vehicles. I have this thing too where like throughout the 90s, I was also like anything.
Goji Tron says Slave One is a moneymaker. But
But you know
like,
what? I don't like money. I like toys better. I'm gonna keep them.
Oh, you can't sell that. It's called Slave One. Can't sell it like that.
Oh, please, yeah. All right, so here's and now for something a little different.
And now for something completely different.
I got Barbie. I don't know why.
Princess Ireland.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, she is.
Let's
Pretty
see.
stupid. I'm kidding.
Hey man, you collect dolls, dude.
Wow, bro.
You're like, Oh, here we go. Here's something. Okay, so this box has just a bunch more Marvel Toy Biz, so I'm gonna just skip it because it's doubles. But there
Oh,
was
it's double.
something in there. They were
Okay.
like doubles, yeah. So my son was just asking about these because he said when he was a kid he had one of these. These were the Van Helsing.
The movie
Um,
with Hugh Jackman in it. Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
right, Hugh
I
Jackman.
recognize that. I love that movie. It's so underrated.
This one, he had this toy, and
That
that
is
is
awesome.
so you've got the guy, right? And then this is a
Uh-huh.
rubber wolf costume that this figure goes into. Like the back is open on it, and
It's so cool.
yeah, he's like, I have this like memory as a child of playing with this toy, and I was like, yes, I know. He described it to me. These play sets are probably, I hope I have some, but this was a clearance line. But like that little, you see the table there,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I think there's like a lab, and then there's what is that like a
Uh-huh.
uh,
That's nuts.
oh breakaway ice block. Anyway, those are really cool. I like those little play sets,
Really
but
cool.
I don't know if anyone is into these. And obviously, Dracula looks insane. Look at that face. Yeah.
Will made a cardboard says he had a figure he thought he was never going to sell until he saw it was selling for 125 loose on eBay. So he sold it.
Yeah,
He's I regret
yeah,
it a little, but the money was a nice help at a tough time.
of course, and yeah, it comes down to me feeding my fat belly, or
Yeah,
or a toy I'm selling, but
like that's something that I have a lot of retro games, and I only need so many of them. So when those
mhm.
come out of storage, like I know some of those are
Oh,
really high price compared to what I paid.
here's something I don't know if I'm going to sell, but you like retro gaming, so I'm going to just go ahead and grab this thing real quick because I kind of uncovered it and it's all dusty and shitty. So don't get. Can you see it?
Holy hell, dude! That's a
Oh,
Nintendo branded TV with a VCR in it.
it's a video CD player. This was from the demo kiosk for Nintendo 64 from my KB Toy Store. It was a
Dude,
big. It
does
was
the
a
TV
big.
work?
Yeah, you want to? Let me see if I can plug it in because
Dude, do you have any idea how much those are worth?
there's a video CD in there somewhere. Hold on.
Yeah.
This might be fun. So some guy I accidentally I posted a picture on a Facebook group with this thing in the background, and then some guy started hounding me to sell it to him for like a year, and then
Mm-hmm.
I finally agreed to sell it to him. I think he said he'd give me $800 for it or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I said sure, come get it. And then I don't know. He just stopped talking to me. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, I don't have the cord for it. I do have the cord for it. Can you give me a second?
Yeah. Take your time,
And I
man.
could
This is cool.
because when I found out that this was happening early, I kind of just like swept my entire table here and desk and like carried everything over to my couch and just dropped it on there
Yeah.
and just went nuts. I was like, oh, it starts in 1 minute. Oh, um, so now I've trapped myself.
So I'll put it this way: I can't even find one on eBay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hold on. I'm
like
gonna go for a walk, but I'm still here.
okay,
Okay. All right.
but this is like that's the kind of thing that if you showed up at Retropalooza with that, people would lose their minds, dude. And there'd be by Sunday there'd be people like bidding on it. Like they would be trying to get a deal. Like this is something that you wouldn't have to like. You would not have to price this low. People would go absolutely insane for something like
Okay, so yeah, the story with that though is like N64 had come and gone, right? So
right.
um, they were clearing out of this. This went down into like the basement of the mall storage unit, and Anyway, we were like cleaning it out. They were going to throw it out, but it was like a big, like 6 to 8 foot. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing where if you put this in at the table, someone will be like 200, and this one will be like 300 and 400, and like
Yeah.
this. That's the kind of thing. Like, and
or hear me out. I finally get the room I wanted my whole adult life, and I leave this in there, and I just love it. Okay, so when I plug it in, it's gonna just come on, and it's gonna just start playing because there is a CD or a video CD. I have several other video CDs. Can you see that?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. This is great.
I don't know which camera's better. Both? One?
They're both good. Like, this is great. I'm seeing it from both angles. That's so cool. Like, someone who's a Nintendo 64 enthusiast would just lose their lunch and freak out.
Yeah. So here's the thing. The case was just huge. They had a dumpster, and I was like, I can't keep it because I don't have room for it. But I was able to take this out. Now, here's just something funny about the. I'm going to move this camera. No, that doesn't work. Anyway, there was like a security device in the back of it that when I pulled it out of the display, it pulled like a jumper. You know, like those hard drive jumpers that you used to have to do on the old like IED drives. You had to like move the jumper. It had like something like that with like an electrical wire hooked to it, grounded to the case. And it came out, and ever since I pulled it out, the buttons don't respond on the front anymore. So I can't take the movie out, but it just still plays. So this is NASCAR. What is it? NASCAR '99 or something?
Yeah. Logic, I've never seen this. Like, I remember the kiosk that had it in it. I remember but you see a TV like this, and it's just working this way. It's just
and I have other video CDs. So I'd love to get with like someone who's like really tech literate and knows how to like maybe redo that jumper or something, or if after like the tamper thing was on there, because there's a big sticker in the back that also says like property of Nintendo. So anyway, that's a fun.
Hey, Nintendo, if you're watching this, please don't get mad.
Well, it's going to go in a dumpster. It's sat in our storage for years before we finally, my DM came and said, you have to scrap it.
I know a few people who are really good at like electronics modding and stuff.
Yeah.
If you were to retrofit that into like just a television, people would go.
Yeah, because you know what's so here's just a giant oversized box of Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. I love these things. Like when the new games would release, they do an oversized box. Oh, I love these, but I don't have room for them. So hopefully someone will buy it.
Oh yeah, people will go nuts. The retro gaming stuff sells, bro. I won't tell anybody.
The price just dropped.
Well, it's an empty box. Like you're fine.
So the let me. Can I get like just a minute to? Because I can't. I kind of buried myself here. So
take your time, dude.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay,
Just take your earbuds out and move stuff around for a few minutes. We'll talk to chat and we'll be good. Yeah. He's like, it was mint. Yeah, exactly. Like, isn't this stuff crazy, chat? Like, this is nuts. Like, I knew we were gonna see some cool stuff, but I didn't know, like all the memory it would spark, because I remember going into KB toy stores when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. Like, even when I wasn't buying toys, like I would go in the mall and just make it an evening out of going to the different stores. Like I would always hit a music store first, then I'd go across the hall to a tobacco store, which they had a newsstand. They had really good deals on magazines and books and all manner of stuff. And then I would usually go to an arcade and then get something to eat. And then I would always end up in the KB and just see what they had. And it was something where if I had more space at my parents' house, I probably would have been buying more toys. But it was not for me at the time. So seeing this stuff is a huge, like Jim is saying, great Wayback Machine material. It is, yeah, definitely nuts. And Kieran Ball saying it's fucking awesome. You can say fuck on this channel. It's fine. It's fucking awesome. You're allowed. We don't censor chat, man. You're totally okay. But I agree. It's just so cool to see stuff like this, and it's interesting to me that Will is so humble about this stuff, and for him, this is like his extra stuff, like stuff he hasn't displayed in years. Like it's been sitting in storage, and it's a cautionary tale. Um, it's crazy for me. Rollman of Cardboard says, I saw a website for Retropalooza in October. Is that the show I'm talking about? Yes. That's the one that I go to twice a year, every year. I'm a guest up there for the movie. Last night, I just recorded commentary for the movie I was in. And we'll be doing another promotional viewing of that in October. Welcome back, sir.
I'm back.
Yes.
Hope you didn't leave me.
No, we're good. We were just having a grand old time talking about all this stuff. Everyone's remarking how cool this is and awesome to see all this stuff. They're having a great time, apparently.
I'm really glad that my obsession is entertaining in some way, because this, to me, is more valuable than selling them. Enjoying them with friends. So that's the Batmobile from the movie. Looks like a critter. Shoot on the corner of that box a little bit.
Yeah.
And right over there. So I might just take it out of the package. Is this RC?
I don't know.
No, it's
Super
got
cool,
it's got buttons on the top for lights and sounds, I guess. I don't know. It's
cool.
a Mattel product. Oh yeah. Some of these, the batteries really do last a long time, but no, not on this one. Okay. Oh, there is
Jim
one.
says, can I say sugar tits? No context. I just like saying it. Sure you can.
You know
what?
You can call me.
You can call me sugar tits anytime you want.
These were just G-scale train tracks. I have a ton of these. My store was a really high volume store, so the district would take all their old stock that wasn't selling and ship it to us. And then sometimes it would sell because we were just a high volume location. And sometimes it would just eventually get marked down to like a penny. And then, because I can't destroy anything, I would either buy it, or I'd buy it when it was cheap. There's a Star Wars puzzle, probably given to me by a relative. Like when they're like, we'll like Star Wars. They buy me Star Wars puzzles,
like a pencil case or a puzzle.
Pencil case or a puzzle, and of course you appreciate that they thought of you, so you keep it. Also, I've got curb tracks. I was thinking these are kind of cool because do you remember every Christmas, and this is something I missed too, they would come out with the holiday train set, which was G scale is kind of a little too small for 1/18 scale, but you could kind of make it work. I think I was able to get a Joe in the back of the cab. I mean, you could fit them in the cars, but it's not perfect, but it's close, or the closest manufactured thing you could get to it. But you would drop a little Wesson oil in the the smokestack, and then it would go around and blow out smoke. And they would have that toy. They'd have a fire engine, but they just came around for Christmas time. I don't see them anymore, but they were really they were.
I remember when I was a kid, my folks got this train set, and my dad, just to save himself the trouble of setting it up, he nailed it to a piece of plywood. Every holiday that would be underneath the tree for a long time. It was just the coolest thing to play with the train, and that's a whole market in itself. And then you got this play set, Cyclops Light Force Arena.
Yeah.
What is this? Great.
You can practice Cyclops' laser skills. What every kid ever wanted to do. And, you know what? I remember this. I think that thing he sticks both fists into was just an LED light or something.
Right.
And that was a beam focuser. Oh, by God, please tell me I bought one of these. It's a
The
Magneto
Magnetron.
dragster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so cool. These claws. Let me just tell you a funny story about these freaking claws. So this is 94, right? So shit, we're 19, I think. Yeah, I'm 19 at the time. Wait, maybe it's earlier than that. I can't remember. I can't imagine I was 19 buying these things. Nope, it's 94, sure. I was 19. My friend's like, I totally want Wolverine claws, man. Take me to the mall. And I'm like, all right, we go there. But I look at the box and I just look at the box and I go, bro, those are for like little kids. You can't wear you're not gonna have Wolverine claws. They're goofy, like they get and he's like, no way, those are awesome. Anyway, long story short, he buys them. We get into the car, he rips them open. They only go over like 3 of his fingers. He's trying to schnick, and it just didn't work out well. But speaking of Wolverine, we've got the Danger Room Wolverine Combat Cave.
That's great.
You know what's even better about these is the price I paid for them, $1.97. That's great. That's $2.
Oh,
Well spent. Well spent. $2 well
even if
spent.
you're just using them as like a generic like diorama piece,
Yeah.
like what?
Who are you going to call? Firing pop-up missile launcher. Remember that from the movie? Blazing lights and action
Absolutely.
sounds. Awesome action trap. Fits all EGB action figures.
Huh.
Oh, it's because it was Extreme Ghostbusters, EGB.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, this ain't your granny's Ghostbusters. These are extreme.
Extreme Ghostbusters.
Yes. So that's pretty interesting. So here's just a fun coincidence. I rarely get visitors. Someone just rang my doorbell, and they're ringing it again. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go answer that. Give me just a
Yeah,
second.
go into the door. Maybe it's more toys. This is crazy, man. Like every time he just pulls out something, you're like, "Whoa! I didn't even know they made that." It's driving me up a wall. Like this is just cool. And I remember in the '90s, like taking a lot of this stuff for granted. Roll me a cardboard, thinks that someone's trying to sell Will something at the door. No soliciting, unless you're selling toys. Then we might talk. A door-to-door sale guy. We'll see. We'll see. I think he's back. I'm waiting with bated breath. Yeah. One more second. Yeah, anything that was on sale back then, it was like it's easy to take all that stuff for granted, especially with the KB, even KB itself, right? We don't have them anymore, and I miss that stuff for sure. But it's all good, man. Like just random Toy Biz Marvel stuff. Like they had so much stuff. Hey, Master Son in the house. Hey, Will, you're muted, bro.
Oh, okay, I'm back. That's fine. That was my mother-in-law. I picked up a prescription for her yesterday, and my wife's supposed to take it over to her. And how mother-in-laws are. Just waited a minute, but when I answered the door, I just said, "Hey, I called my wife out. She tried to leave." So then my mother-in-law just had a whole conversation commenting about all this stuff all over the place, and I just said the part where I said live, meant like. Anyway, some earthquake challenge playset. This was like a generic radio control toy, but
Mm-hmm.
it came with like a little track and everything. And this is like this was really cheap at the time, maybe $10. You got two vehicles, two radio controls. Um, I bought them as donor vehicles because I wanted to like gut the underside of like a GI Joe Vamp and like stick the guts from the RC thing in there and like make a RC vehicle out of it. They were roughly the same size, but that was where I was thinking on that. Once
Nice.
again,
So you were thinking of turning the vamp into so just like the
yeah,
whole bottom of this, just taking the guts out of it and just putting the shell of the vamp on top.
yeah. This
Huh.
is a terribly kept Batman figure. It looks like it was exposed to the sun. Mask of the Phantasm, though.
It's very cool though.
You know what? It says retro Batman. Oh wait, is this a knockoff or something?
Might be a reissue.
No, it says Batman. Look at this. This is like a knockoff I bought like on Central Boulevard in Union City or
Oh
something.
wow.
That's why. And it says 1995 July on the back. This is a knockoff action figure. Oh,
That's
cool. That's
crazy.
probably why it's so crappy. Retro Batman action figure, and it like it says it like twice. It says action figure. Place weapons in
That's
figures'
crazy.
hands as shown. Yeah, this is like so. I lived in Union City, New Jersey, which I don't know, just had a lot of shops, like little mom and pop shops up and down the
Mm-hmm.
boulevard. And you'd go in there and you'd find some just crazy stuff. Hey, you like these?
Yeah.
This was
Nice.
probably new old stock I found on Central Boulevard because I would go through those shops and I would just find Batman, old stuff from the '80s that was just still on the shelves because they probably bought it clearance at some.
You know, and carded those DC superheroes, like depending upon the character, they go anywhere from $10 to $25.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then here's a
yeah.
line that I bought a lot of, and there was a lot of hype around them back then.
Yes.
I even opened up. I have probably more than one exoskeleton Spawn opened. I love this figure. I had it on my shelf for years, but I don't think they're really worth anything.
Not. I mean, they are, but they aren't. So, like for example, like Suze was really into the Angela characters from that line, and they, $15-$20 usually get you whatever you're looking for in that
Yeah,
line, which is great. Like, it's good that they're available. So it's funny how the toy line kind of mirrors the comic book because they printed so many of them because of the hype surrounding, Spawn and everything. So
yeah, and I mean, sculpt wise, they really were like um, a level above what was out, the
yeah,
realistic
they were a
details,
step
but
up, and
they
then
did zero articulation, or the accessories wouldn't even correctly attach or fit on there properly.
yeah, it was straight up 5 POA, but the sculpts were just so good. And comparative to what was on the market, and then that's when Toy Biz starting up in their game, and then when Power of the Force comes back, they're trying to up their game with the sculpts at the time, and it just like with comic books, McFarlane, say what you want about him these days, but he kind of jump started the high detail toy market.
Yeah,
Kind of did.
absolutely. So I've got some more X-Men. Okay, we've got enough X-Men. Let's find something fun. Hey, you're gonna.
These are
So,
all fun, Will. I don't think there's going to be a box you can open that we're not going to get a kick out of.
all right. I know. I already know that this is very desirable and expensive, and I'll give you the history of it. But when you find out what I did with it, you're gonna laugh at me. So this is the Bronze Bombers,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the Enforcers of Justice by Olmiak Toys. Anyway, they were issued in Toys R Us. They used original GI Joe molds in some cases, and they used some other molds, but it was a generic set. And as you can see, most of these guys are African American. I think all of them are. I think the company was made by, someone. And if you look, like, I think that sculpt, you can see the guy in there looks like Wild Weasel. There's
Mm-hmm.
some. That's obviously like Cobra Commander. Anyway, these sets go for hundreds of dollars, but I bought them because I was like, this was '99, and I was like, oh, if I want to customize my figures, I buy these generic ones. I use the generics as the custom fodder, and blah blah blah. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 missing. Um, I have them. I have most of them. I put a bunch of Sculpey all over one of their heads and tried to make like a Batman head. And I'm kind of a fool. I don't know. Turns out
Well,
this thing's worth more than like any of the other toys I have.
yeah, and it's one of those things where, how the hell were you supposed to know these were going to be sought after? Like, you can't predict that shit.
Yeah, and I mean it was like, $10 for like 12 figures back in '99. I was just like, wow, you get a lot for your money, and
I used to love that kind of stuff as a kid.
yeah.
That's where like the Nylon Freedom Force copter came in because it was super cheap, and it had better features than the stuff that you were buying from the big boys, and and that stuff goes up in price because it's hard to come by now because people thought they were what.
That doesn't work.
So now, so Pee Wee Herman was special dying ferret voice box.
And then here's like one of those things where you're just like, thank God they made these Stormtrooper Bendums.
That's awesome.
What? I picked open this box just because I saw some stuff on the top here that looked interesting.
That's Toka from the second Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah, there's Luke Bendham. These might be a mix because here's a Power Ranger. I definitely didn't play with Power Rangers when I was a kid. Because I was going to say this might be toys I gave my kids to play with.
Sure.
Mixed in. Here's the thing with a trench coat. Isn't that
clobbering time, bro?
Isn't that the comic cover where he's just walking away sad in the rain with the trench coat on?
Yeah.
He's got it like pulled up and he's like, "No one likes me. I'm made of rocks." Let me see.
I'm so stoned right now.
Oh, hell yeah! I love this guy. This guy's mine. That's the Marvel Masterpiece collection they did in late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
They did Thor. They did a lot of them, but they came in like a little windowed box. Here is Thor. He's got all soft goods. He's got real hair. He's got a nice cape, fully posable. I think I had him on my display shelf for many, many years.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I got to do this for Johnny. Babies! Babies! Sorry, I had to do it.
Oh boy!
And honestly, like seeing that movie, like in what was it, 91? I think it was. That vocalization of Shredder like really influenced me as a metal vocalist. I'm not even going to front. Like it really was a big part of what I wanted to sound like.
You know what? There's just too much. There's a big old ugly guy in here. Do you guys remember? This is a Marvel Toy Biz Sugar Man, right? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
With jaw chomping action. There's a mix of. This is actually the Matchbox Voltron Vehicle Force.
Yeah.
This is mine from when I was a kid.
I had the whole set of those when I was a kid.
This is just the, I guess, 1 foot remaining that I have. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I'm
going to be gone for just a split second here. I got to restart one of my monitors. I'll be right
absolutely. Back. Go right ahead. Yeah. I can't see chat, so I don't know what anyone's saying. But if you have any questions, if you want to see something closer, if you want to just tell me to shut up, whatever. I'm good with it. I'm gonna dig here and just try to find something interesting. I gotta show you something cool to I can't be out of stuff. Only the finest quality live streams from. let's go for a walk here. See if I can't find something. Does anyone like G.I. Joe?
G.I. Joe, you say, sir? Can you hear me? I think Will is muted. No, now he's okay. Now he's working.
Hey, I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
You can or cannot?
I can now. Yeah, I think my
Yes.
microphone. Something happened to it.
Well, depending on how old that headset is, it might be like the wire starting to go. People are freaking out in chat about GI Joe. They are going, yes, yes,
okay.
yes. Like, they're freaking.
Yeah. All right, so let's go through this because I gotta tell you, some of these might not be in the package, but they're definitely on my display shelf. Yeah. Oh, these are just empty boxes, but that could be fun.
Just for the artwork, dude. These are great.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, I do have some package stuff.
There you go.
Here's a 3-pack of the 21st issue Silent Interlude. This is a really cool pack. It's got Snake Eye, Storm Shadow, and a Red Ninja. But this came out in a reissue of the comic book, the issue 21. So that's pretty cool.
So cool.
While
you're sorting other stuff here, I have to go back to a comment Gojitron made earlier. I actually, oops, damn it. Let me go back. Here we go. So I actually saw that video this morning. So Marcos, the guy that does all of our sculpting for the Neverending Storyline, he also did a lot of the toys that we sold in the auction. Monster Island Buddies, which is arguably one of the biggest, if not the biggest Godzilla-related channel on YouTube, reviewed 2 of the toys that he made, gave him a shout-out, showed his logo on the screen, and he was directly talking with Marcos throughout the whole process of getting the toys and everything. Marcos didn't say shit. Meanwhile, we're getting like great promotion on like a really big YouTube channel. So, but before anyone asks, like the Predacon and Xenozilla that are on that channel, and he does call it a Xenozilla, which I believe we coined that on this show during the auction. So it's just really cool. Like it freaked me out. It was like I was living a dream. Speaking of living a dream, we've got these great G.I. Joe boxes.
Yeah, so this is the 1983 Cobra Fang. And just to say congratulations. That's so awesome. I love everything these guys do, and that was definitely worth taking a break and acknowledging there. So I don't mean to just jump right back into it. I kind of had this memory when I was a kid that when you looked at the back of the package on a G.I. Joe vehicle, there used to be like a little notation to say like actual size shown. So like you were being shown like the actual size of the vehicle.
Some of them, yeah.
See not that all of them, on here. Yeah. I guess when possible they would do that. Just so, we've all seen that thing where you get a nice box and then you open it up and there's a little chintzy. So this box is empty. It's definitely from when I was a kid. I doubt I have that Fang. I do have 2 Fangs I've probably acquired over the years on my display shelf over there. G.I. Joe is absolutely my favorite toy line, 100%, just so everyone knows. A lot of toys I bought because I was like, these might be compatible with G.I. Joe. So this was the 99 or 98 re-release that they did in Toys R Us exclusive, I think.
Yep.
Back in the day.
That one's black, whereas the original was the green, right?
Yeah, and this one came with Pathfinder, right? Because I don't think he was the Crankcase was the original driver, and this was Pathfinder. And this is in display in my display case right over there. I opened it and played with it immediately, but it's been sitting there for a long time. Once again, this is they renamed it the Cobra. This was the Stinger 4x4, but they named it the Rattler 4-wheel drive, which I don't know. They had some issue with their licensing or something, and this came with Vipera is the driver.
Oh wow!
And that's like a repainted Jinx. It looks like.
It is.
So yeah,
It's
this
gotta be.
is, and she is sitting in the driver's seat, and it's over on my display case. I could show that some other time, but here are some of the ones. Oh, and look at this. It's Pathfinder's file card. Cool.
Nice.
There it is. Okay, so let's take a look. These are great. It's a Viper 3-pack from that same Toys R Us line. Now, the bubble's coming off a little bit on this one, but I don't think that'll stop anyone. I see people selling Vipers like this. Oh, and you know what? This is cool because it came with a Cobra Officer. These were Vipers, but they called them Cobra Trooper and Cobra Officer, and you got that recolor. Really cool set. Yeah. So that's really neat. And you had file cards on the back. Let's see. I think
I
I
gotta
have
be
more.
honest, man. If I had a time machine, I wouldn't necessarily go back to the '80s. I might go back to the '90s and get a lot of these reissues because they were such a good value.
So I was troop building back in the day. So I got 6. I got 2 officers and 4 Cobra troopers. I like these because I think, was this the first time you could get the October Guard?
I
think it was. Yeah. So you've got Brekov, Gorky, and Vorga.
Sounds like the staff at a Russian deli.
Yeah. You might have been able to get them before that. I don't know. But we've got the Navy assault team, and you get in one package, you get Torpedo, Shipwreck, and he's in like full scuba gear and wetsuit. Really cool. I'd like
awesome,
to.
Dude.
Yeah. And I mean, if there's anything you guys like, I'm definitely not. Oh my God, more troops. Jeez, what's wrong with me?
What's right with you? Everything. This is just so cool.
Oh my God, what is wrong with? Look, I bought
more Vipers.
Jeez.
Yes.
Oh, here's one. We've got a casualty because I just wanted to lift this one out of the box and they came off the card. But we've got Snow Serpent, Night Creeper, and Firefly. Look at that white Firefly. That is nice.
That is cool.
But this one is completely detached from the card. Not a big deal. And here we go. More freaking Vipers.
Jeez. What's that called on the package? What do they call it? The infantry pack?
Oh yeah, the Cobra Infantry Team. Carded. $9.99, which was a good price. You got 3 figures for $10. I'll take that. What?
Those go for 150 loose.
What, these? Loose?
Yep. I'm seeing 120. The lowest price I've seen so far is $90, and that's an ongoing auction. These are pricey, dude. Like $100 for that, $80 for that is a steal, according to what I'm seeing here on eBay from the sold auctions.
Well, maybe I don't.
And you have like 6 of them.
Yeah. Well, how many? So the first 2 were. So maybe 5 or 6. Yeah, I don't think I need 6 of them, right?
No, I think you could get rid of like 3 of them, even if you just price them at $50 a pop.
Yeah,
to make them enticing.
I think that one with the loose card I'll open up and enjoy because the card's already opened. Entropy did it for me, and maybe sell 2 of them and maybe keep 2 for a rainy day. I don't know. Hey, I got something. I'm not selling this, but I thought maybe you guys might like to see it, Jim. Unless you want to wrap it up or anything, I know it's been a while.
No, dude, I'm all about this. Let's show some cool stuff.
All right, so I'm gonna look up here. Here's my mess up top. all my shit. I don't know if you can see all this, but
No, I can
here,
see it.
okay, here's just something I love. I just love 1/18 scale. This is a line I didn't have when I was a kid, and I bought this within the last couple of years, but I just love them so much. I just want to show you guys. You remember the show MASH?
Oh yeah, there's a toilet on them.
I didn't know that, but yeah. Well, isn't it kind of weird? Like I kind of looked for like a YouTube video where someone did like a retrospective on that, and they were like, "What about a bunch of Korean War doctors, field doctors, who deal with the trauma of war with humor and
Right.
sexism?" Screamed, "Make a toy line." I don't know, but I'm glad they did
Dude,
because
the helicopter from this line goes for like $500.
yeah, you son of a gun. That's the only piece I don't have. That, and they also made a giant play set that came with like a plastic mat and like
Yeah, yeah.
buildings that you could set up. But you're not gonna believe, like, this is crazy. This is just crazy. I found out about them because I was looking for alternative lines for like GI Joe. Anything that goes with it. And I'll go through the cards first, but you can see uh, this person cut all these card backs back in the
Clean.
day, and you've got all the figures there. You've got the original price, which was how much? $248.
$2.
Hills,
Hills, and then you had like a
yeah.
like the price
Where's
tags alone
Hills?
bring you back, dude.
Hills, I've never heard of. Is that Eastern,
Northeast,
Western,
northeast.
Northeast?
Yeah,
Really, Hills? I'm from New Jersey, so I don't know.
yeah.
Oh,
Like I think it was a tri-state thing. We had them in Pennsylvania, and they were like the big
did you?
competitor.
Were they like Kmart? Because I just had Kmart when I was a
Very
kid. I
similar to
never
Kmart.
had I
And
never had
Hills,
Walmart.
especially in the Pittsburgh area, Hills has a huge nostalgic reputation. They had this great snack bar. Like you can buy candles that are supposed to smell like the snack bar at a Hills. Like that's how like
So
deep.
I mean, you're going to tell me the Hills cafeteria compared to the K Cafe? Yeah,
Destroyed the K Cafe.
of
Destroyed it.
course. The K Cafe was horrible, but
Wolfie's saying that they had Hills in Buffalo, New York.
they did. Okay, so that's a little upstate. I was right on the border, the New York, New Jersey border, right outside of Manhattan by the George Washington Bridge,
Okay, so you weren't Clifton. You were the other direction.
Bergen County, New Jersey. Clifton, I know Clifton very well. My father worked in Passaic, which is right next to Clifton, for 30 years. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and the only reason I even know Clifton is that we played there like 4 times because it was
I'm
it's
sure
a
because you had to
great place
travel
to
all
throw a
over.
show because you get the Jersey kids and then people come in from the city, and it's
Yep.
really cool. Ian Sweeney says, dinner time, I'll watch the replay. Love the collection videos. Is there
Oh,
a grindhead session on Monday? Of course there's a TGL on Monday. You bet.
yeah.
Of course.
No, thank you so much, Ian, for stopping by and hanging out. I really appreciate it. So, yeah. Anyway, you want to hear the fun story here? I just looked on eBay
Yes,
one time,
yes.
and
Please, yes.
this whole lot was like $70. So I just bought it. And at the time, I even like panicked and I was like, did I pay too much? Oh, believe me, I didn't. And this is like in 2018. Look at the condition of these boxes. Like,
So, and this was on eBay for $70?
yeah, it was like $70 or something. It was crazy. And then like the guy sends me all the figures like individually wrapped. The cards are in like a bubble mailer. Here's Father Mulcahy, right?
Yeah.
And um, they have a very interesting. They weren't O-ring, or maybe they are. I don't know how they're constructed, but they have like a different waist piece.
Right.
But they're in pristine condition. They didn't have swivel arm. You could rotate their. You could. They're pretty posable. I
Yeah,
just don't
that's some nice
get.
little figures, man.
Yeah, I just don't get. And maybe I don't know. I don't want to unwrap them all right now. They're all. I didn't realize they were all wrapped up like this.
Still, this is
Yeah.
just like the Jeep. Again, like things you never see.
Mm-hmm. really cool. I think they
Because seeing
deserve
these, I
a
vaguely remember them now because this is from '82. This is '82 line.
yeah. I think they deserve a place in my collection, especially
Absolutely.
um, if I could do a medical place or something, some kind of diorama. And I used to love this show, but it wasn't until I was, oh shit, oh, okay. It wasn't until I was in my 20s or something that I liked it. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't when
it's
I was a
not a
kid.
great show for kids
I did not
because
get
it
the
just
humor. Yeah, it was when I was like, late teens, early 20s, and I would catch it on. It come on after the Tonight Show or something,
right.
or late night. You catch reruns of it, and they play 4 episodes in a row or something. Um, that I learned to appreciate the show for what it was. But you know, anyway, that's fun. Uh, well, Jim, I didn't anticipate this, but I'm out of boxes, and I'm buried.
Yep. And I figured that the
I'm
matches are.
buried because
Jeez, let me make that big for a second. Go back, do that again.
I've just been kind of putting stuff to the sides of me, like left and right, as I hold on, as I unbox them because I'm like rushing. So now I got to put all this shit away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was a fun 2 hours, man. Thank you for taking us on this journey. And if the folks want to see more of it, you'll be doing this all this week at random times at the channel that's in the description.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I could schedule something too if that works better. Maybe you could show me how to do that. I tried to go online live one time, and it was just like, "Go now, you're live," and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I
that's
panicked and I
and
shut it
that's
off, and I
where
was like, "Delete, delete."
StreamYard makes it really easy to do it that way.
Okay, okay.
So, and I can certainly help you with that at some point. Make sure you're taken care of. But I can't wait to see more of these, man. It was a great time. Thanks for sharing this with us, and I can't
No,
wait to.
thank you, Jim, for doing this because I probably wouldn't have done it because every time I hit live, I would panic and then like delete it. Unless you helped me out with this. Sorry for the dead air and the confusion and mess here, guys. But thank you so much for having me. Thank you for
Absolutely.
joining me on this mission as I cleanse my life of this clutter and hoarding issue that I have. Which I'm glad I hoarded this stuff. This is a lot of fun for me. And if anyone else got any value out of it, then that means the world to me.
I think
So
chat top to bottom, back to front will agree that this was a lot of fun. There's lots of comments in
okay,
the chat saying it
great,
was a fantastic time, that they had a blast. So I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of familiar
good.
faces
So I'm
this
gonna
week.
try and refine this setup and maybe streamline things a little better. And but I'll be going through, and I'm just gonna be maybe using post-it notes or something, and maybe in the later streams going a little slower and maybe typing stuff into eBay and looking it up, or if people want
Yeah,
to give me feedback, I'm glad to take it. Um, and just trying to get everything priced and ready to go because next Sunday morning, I want this stuff priced ready to go Saturday. Would be the latest, so I could just drive there, unload my car, slap it all on the 2 tables I rented, and have at it, and hopefully be sitting here fanning myself with a lot of cash after
yeah,
after next week. So I look forward to it. Thank you so much, Jim. I'm eternally grateful for your help in this matter. Chat, you guys are wonderful. Thank you so very much for joining me and encouraging me on this mission. And that's all I got because I'll just keep talking if you let me.
no worries, man. So you get yourself dug out from underneath that mountain. Chat, thanks for
Yes.
being here. And patrons, I will see you at 5 o'clock my time, which is in 4 hours. So looking forward to that, folks. To everyone, take care and thanks for being here. Cheers.